Am I in the right place tonight? I heard there was a celebration. Are we in Wendler Middle School? All right. You guys, this is such a phenomenal accomplishment and is not to be taken very lightly. Very proud of you. All the staff is very proud of you. Your parents are very proud of you. I have a single question for you tonight. Who is the most famous person that you can name off the top of your head? I need 3 volunteers. Albert Einstein, one famous person. I saw a hand over here. Helen Keller. One more. You, sir. Michael Jordan. Oh, the famous late great Michael Jordan. My question to you is, what do you have in common with these 3 people? I'll tell you. Purpose. Those 3 famous people had purpose, and so do you. What is your purpose? It's a great question to ask yourself in the 7th and 8th grade. What's your purpose? I'll tell you. Your purpose is to give something to the world. Give something to the world. What are you going to give? It's a great question. Here's how you figure out what you're going to give to the world. You ask yourself a simple question. What does the world need? What's missing in this big blue ocean of a world? What's missing that your gifts and your talents can provide the world? Myself, I'm a life coach and a motivational speaker. I go around and I help people find purpose. I go in the Anchorage School District and I teach elementary school kids and middle school kids how to find their purpose, how to be motivated. It's absolutely what I love to do. But now back to you. What is your purpose? Think about this. What I want you to do is, when you find the answer to that question, when you figure out what your gifts and what your talents are, the thing that you do better than anybody else, the thing that comes most easiest to you, and you find something in this world that the world needs and your talent can provide, I want you to spend the rest of your life giving the world your talent so that you can provide something to the world that this world needs. Along that journey, you're going to need 4 things. You're going to need self-confidence. You're going to need to have the ability to try, and try again. You're going to need to have belief and faith. And you're going to need to be brave. Self-confidence is what you say to yourself in your head, what you believe. It's single-handedly the most important thing that you have. Because the things that you say to yourself, you believe more than anything your parents will ever say, more than anything your friend will ever say, more than anything anyone else will ever say. So make sure that you have that confidence. The confidence that you have right now on the successes in being successful students, don't let anybody take that away from you. Because without confidence, if you don't believe in yourself, who will believe in you? How can you accomplish anything if you don't believe that you will? The ability to try and try and try again, in spite of all the failures that life gives you, is the second most important thing. Because guess what? No matter what you choose to do, and even though you have this gift, and even though you have these talents, you're going to fail. Everyone in this room has failed at something. It's a part of your growth and your development as young men and young women. It is single-handedly the most important thing along the path to success because you learn. Failure is not something to be afraid of. Failure is something to be embraced. Because when you fail, you get one step closer. As long as you're willing to try again, you become one step closer to getting your goal. Does it make a difference if the thing that you really want to do in this earth, if it takes you 100 times to try and do it? No. As long as you get an opportunity to do that, it doesn't matter how many times. You don't need to get it on the first time. You don't need to get it on the third time. You need to keep applying yourself and trying again, over and over and over, and not be willing to accept failure. You're going to need to have faith. Because even though you might have self-confidence, and even though you might be willing to try again, tough times and the toughest of times are still waiting for you. Happens to everyone. Everyone goes through the hardest moment in their life at some point in time. And when you reach that moment in your life, sometimes confidence isn't enough to get you through because you don't have it at that moment. Sometimes the ability to try again isn't enough. Sometimes the only thing that you can hold on to is faith. I don't care what you believe in. You need to believe in something that lasts longer than the tough times do. The last thing you're going to need is bravery. You're going to need to have the courage to do your best every single day. You're going to need to have the courage and the bravery to apply yourself and give 100% to someone else, even though you might not feel like it. You're going to need to have the bravery to give 100% to yourself, even though you might be angry at yourself. And you might not feel like it. Because this journey that you're on, this journey that you're succeeding in right now, what's so great about what you've already accomplished so far is not the grades. See, what I'm most proud of for you guys, and what I feel so positive about in your futures, is that life is a series of tests. And right now, you are passing the first test with flying colors. And that is to be commended. What's the test? Whatever it is that you're going to choose to do in your future. What you learn right now this year in science, and what you learn right now this year in your math class is not going to be applicable when you get older. The only thing that's going to translate when you get older from the lessons that you're learning right now is a single quality. The quality is the skill that you are learning and how to succeed at doing something that you absolutely sometimes don't feel like doing. How many of you all the time want to feel like doing homework? How many of you all the time feel like studying for those tests that you're taking? But you do it anyway. And when you do it, you're not just sliding on by, getting a little 65, 75, right? Just doing enough just to get by. You are succeeding at the highest level and giving the effort that's required to do your best so that you can get the best. That's the lesson of what school is for. That's the purpose. It's not the information, it's the skill of learning how to overcome and do things that are required of you that sometimes and oftentimes you don't feel like doing or you might not be interested in. And for that, Everyone in this house, please give them a round of applause for this great accomplishment that they're doing at this great point in time right now. We're all proud of you, and we just want to give you this ceremony of induction to let you know that at the end of the rainbow, there is a pot of gold. At the end of a rainbow, and the end of this story, there is a good ending. Keep up your well-doing, because as long as you do not grow weary, you will receive a mighty harvest. My name is Jules Ferguson, and I want to thank you for allowing me to have a few moments of your time.